Alright, let's get directly into it. For you ckride, Xaviersobased XAVIER. Now, this is Xavier's first album released under his new label, well, the one that he just signed to, and it's actually his self-titled album. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very excited for this because if y'all don't know, some of my favorite rappers in the underground is like 1AM, Xaviersobased, Net, and some other guys like They Man and whatnot. But Xavier has always like been a standout in the underground due to like his more jerk rap and just how different he is than like the whole distortion wave. But this was an album to really like kind of even break through that shell. And after listening to it for like 2 to 3 days now, I could confidently say this will be one of my favorite albums of the year. And I know that's kind of early to even say that because the year basically just started. We're only 1 month in and we're only in February, like February 1st, and the album released all the way in January. But I am so happy with the way how this album turned out. But before we get fully into the video, guys, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and I really hope we can hit it here in February. So if you guys want to support the channel, you guys keep coming back, you guys realize you aren't subbed, go ahead and sub up, like the video, and go in the description to follow my IG because I give you guys updates on the videos that I'm making and future things like the Discord server, which I will post today. We're actually going to post that on my Instagram story today. So if you guys want to join that, go follow my IG. It'll be posted like later on today. But with all out the way, let's move into the actual video. So as I said before, this is the first album that Xavier has released since signing to Atlantic. The last album he released was With 2, and that's over 2 years ago now, and that album was really good and had a lot of hits on it, and he did that all independent. Now he's backed by a label, he has tons of features on this project, and it's really well put together. And one criticism that I saw that a lot of people had with Xavier like leading up to this album and even like just past 2024 and 2025 is that he needs to switch up his sound. Because if you guys have been listening to Xavier for like I guess 4 or 5 years now, he has been stuck in this one type of box, and it's not really stuck in my opinion because it's pretty much his own sound. Like he made it, he started with 1C and he's been riding it ever since. But it's like that jerk sound, but he put his own type of spin on it. And in my eyes, since he's really the only one doing it with the exception of like the other 1C members, I never really got tired of it or I really felt fatigued from that sound, because anyone else in the underground in the US scene at least is not doing that jerk song like unless they're on a song with Xavier. Yes, back then we had like Yapo JJ who was very heavy in that, Netspin too, but now they're kind of like on their own thing. Netspin especially, he does not do jerk rap like anymore. And in 2025, Xavier really didn't drop too many songs except for like at the start of the year, and he was still on that type of sound. So moving into this, I personally was expecting like a sort of sound switch, not something too far off from what he's already made, because nothing is wrong with his sound right now. Like let's get that out the way. I'm perfectly fine with the jerk sound. If he wants to keep doing that, sure, but it would be good to have some creativity. And in my opinion, I feel like this album brought that very much so. Let's start from like the first half of the album, like from track 1 to like track 7 or 8. That is textbook Xaviersobased. Most of the songs in that quarter of the album have that signature jerk sound, and they're pretty good to be honest. The lead single is also in this group of tracks right here, which is track 2, which was iPhone 16. And iPhone 16 being the lead single for this album, I think was pretty much perfect. And I'm not saying that to glaze it in any way, but iPhone 16 at the start of the song has like that signature Xaviersobased sound. But on the second half of it, it still had that jerk element, but Xavier kind of experimented with his vocals a little bit more, being a lot more high pitched. And it's not the first time he's done something like this. He's done it on many different songs, but it's kind of refreshing hearing that now. Like this is like more of an evolution on that second half of iPhone 16. And leading up to the album, I was replaying iPhone 16 like a lot. If I had like a track that showed how much I played that song, I at least played that shit like 20 times a day. Like I was very addicted to that song for the week it came out. But starting off with just the first track of this album, I don't gotta say it, it reminds me a lot of Hotel Room, which released around the same time last year, and it was like kind of Xavier talking on the track but also rapping on the track. So it was a very fun song. It's funny and it's fun at the same time, but overall I don't have any problems with that. It feels like Xavier's mixing on like this first half has definitely improved, because a lot of what this signature 1C sound is, it's different. It's not very polished or overly polished, or like, you know, it's just not very professional sounding. And I don't say that to like diss Xavier and his music or 1C in general, but that's kind of like their swag. But I feel like Xavier definitely found a way how to make it sound polished, but not like an industry polish, if you guys get what I'm saying. Like if you guys have listened to Xaviersobased music in the past, it definitely, like, you will know what I'm saying. But I'm just really nice of how the mixing of this project came out, and a lot of this first half of the album, as I said, is that jerk sound with this new kind of polished mixing, so I'm very happy about that. Now moving into like the rest of the album, it's not, as I said, a crazy sound switch. It still has that swag that Xaviersobased brings to his music, but it's so fun and groovy, yo. Like like you guys really gotta listen to this album to understand what I'm saying. It's not jerk, but it's like normal trap, and it's not like something that the New York scene has been doing, like drill or nothing. Like it's just basic trap, but with a new spin on it. Now let's move on to some songs that have the features on it. Now most of the features on this album are towards the ending of it, starting from like track 15 and going all the way down to track 20. And on this project he has Rio the Young OG, Zaytoven, Osamson, and Kasuvi. And I think Backend was on the ending of one of the songs, but it just doesn't come to my mind right now. Now starting off with the first feature on this project, which was Rio the Young OG and Xaviersobased, I feel like personally Xavier carried Rio on this entire track. Now when I say carried, I don't mean that in a negative way. Like Rio's bar was good, it was not unlistenable, it wasn't bad or anything, but on these specific types of beats I feel like Xavier just flows better and he's more one with the beat. Rio just kind of sounded like, in a way, he was heavily inspired by Xaviersobasted's flow. Like it wasn't that raw punchy Rio rap that we know of him, but it's still a cool track, definitely worth a listen, but it didn't like get added to my playlist. Like it's not something that I'm gonna go back to most of the times, but it's all right, it's not bad. Now next up we have Xaviersobased and Zaytoven. Now Zaytoven's not actually a rapper, he's just a really prominent producer. He's been working with like Gucci Mane and other artists from like that older scene. He still works with artists from this newer scene, but he's more like known for his past projects and like the past rappers who he worked with. But overall, I really like Zaytoven's production on the beat that he gave Xavier. It had that trap sound to it. It was very high paced, upbeat, and it had his own swag to it. Like it genuinely reminded me of like a Gucci Mane type beat or like something from that Gucci Mane era. And Xaviersobased takes inspiration from that era too, if I'm not mistaken. So overall, it was a really good project. It felt like a natural evolution of Zaytoven's production and Xavier bringing the new swag from the new wave onto that type of beat. Now this is one of the songs I actually added to my playlist like off of first listen. Like I loved that song, and I would love to hear Xavier on more Zaytoven tracks. If anything, I would love a collab tape with Xavier and Zaytoven, seeing that they're working together already. And I'm pretty sure Xavier and Zaytoven already have more tracks in the vault if they're already working together. So if those, I'm not advocating for leaks, but if those did leak, I would definitely be tapped into that. So that's a really good song. You guys should go check it out if you guys like Zaytoven and his production. Now the next feature on this project is actually Xavier and Osamson, and this is not the first time that they have worked together like at all. They have tons of released tracks together, but this one is the only feature off of this project that had Osamson on it. Now it's definitely a cool song, nothing wrong with it. Now is it one of the best on the projects? Probably not for me. Like it's definitely not a bad song. I'm definitely gonna go back to it at some point, but it's not something that stood out to me like, oh man, this is like top 5 on the album. I wouldn't put it up there, but people are naturally going to dick ride this song because Osamson's on it. So I highly encourage you guys to formulate your own opinion. Just because you see Osamson on the track does not mean the track is generational, but they both did really good. The verses were really good, and it felt really good hearing Osamson and his ad-libs on these type of beats. So you know, it was a really fun song. I would definitely add to my playlist maybe later on, but not right now. I definitely did not add it to my playlist right now. I'm not gonna act like I did either, but if you guys want to go listen to some new Osamson, this is a track for you. Now the last feature on this project is Kasuvi, with the ending being Seen a Lot of Things, and this is one of the weaker songs on this project. I did not like Kasuvi's verse at all. Xavier was okay, the beat was okay, but Kasuvi just did not deliver how I know Kasuvi can. So I definitely am not going back to this track out of all tracks, but yeah, if you guys like it, definitely stream it more, but this one's not for me if I'm being totally honest. I'm just gonna go over the songs that stood out to me the most, or the songs that I added on my playlist. So first up, I got Get Them Racks and I Go Part 2. That song is really nice. I really like that one. Tony Hawk, really good song, really good beat. I really like Xavier's flow on that one specifically, very good. I feel like the standout song from this project, and not because it's like overly good or anything, but it sounds very questionable to some people, 100,000. That one was really good. If you guys like something different, or you guys want to hear something different from Xavier, I say listen to 100,000. The beat is crazy, but Xavier is doing something completely different on that track. So if you guys want to hear that, go ahead and listen to that. Big Ben, as I said, with Xavier and Zaytoven, very good. Scrap is my personal favorite. Off of this entire thing, I think Scrap is top 1. I'm not hearing anyone out. And Harajuku. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I really did like this project. I feel like it was perfect for this to be Xavier's self-titled album, and also his first ever album that he released with a label. And I'm really excited to see what Xavier does next, because I will always be an Xavier fan. I love how different he is from the underground, and overall I'm just really happy to see what this project was. But if you guys made it to this point in the video, like the video because you obviously like the video, and subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 3,000 subs. And also, once again, go check out my IG because I will be posting the Discord link later on today. Other than that, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for all support. It's been like so much stuff have happened in my life, but I'm back now. So love you guys. Eat food, drink water. Mwah.